Hello, welcome to Moments That Touch. Sit back and relax because the best story is about to begin.
Millionaire CEO finds bracelet on little girl when he realizes it was family dot in October 2019. Successful tech entrepreneur Marcus Sterling vanished from his Seattle penthouse 3 days before his wedding, leaving only a cryptic note, "Forgive me." 5 years later, on a windy afternoon that scattered more than autumn leaves, a simple act of kindness would begin unraveling the disturbing truth behind his disappearance. Rachel Morrison watched her kindergarten art class through the window, waiting for the last parent to collect their child. October in Seattle meant early darkness, and she was anxious to pick up Lily from daycare. The wind howled against the windows, rattling them in their frames. Ms. Morrison, the school janitor, Harold, appeared at her door, found something out while cleaning, thought you should see it. He handed her a manila envelope, her name written across it in familiar handwriting. Rachel's heart stopped. She knew the handwriting. It belonged to a man who'd been declared dead 2 years ago. Inside, a single photo, Marcus standing beside, a small girl with brown braids. The child wore a purple dress and a distinctive platinum bracelet with blue sapphires. Rachel's hands shook. The bracelet was unmistakable, a Sterling family heirloom Marcus had shown her once. Said it would be their daughter someday, but they'd never had a daughter, and Marcus had vanished before their wedding. On the back, in the same handwriting, "She's 5 now. They're coming. Protect her. And where did you find this?" Her voice came out strangled. Strangest thing, was wedged behind the old radiator in the basement. Been renovating down there. Must have been hidden for years. Rachel stared at the photo. The girl looked about 5, maybe 6, brown hair like Marcus. But those green eyes with gold flecks, those were achingly familiar. They stared back at her from the mirror every morning. "Harold, I need to leave early." Family emergency. She drove straight to her apartment, mind racing. The photo made no sense. She and Marcus had dated for 3 years. She'd never been pregnant, had never seen this child. But those eyes, inside her apartment. She pulled out the box she'd sworn never to open again. Marcus's things, photos, letters, the engagement, ring she'd sold to pay rent. At the bottom, wrapped in tissue, a pregnancy test she'd bought but never used. They'd been so careful, so focused on the wedding dot. Her phone rang, a known number. "Rachel Morrison?" A woman's voice, accented, Eastern European maybe. "Yes, my name is Dr. Anna Volkov. I'm calling about your daughter." "I don't have a daughter." A pause. "Ms. Morrison, I think you should sit down. What I'm about to tell you will be difficult to hear." Rachel sank on her couch. "Who are you?" "I worked at a private clinic 5 years ago, a clinic that specialized in unusual procedures. You were a patient there in February 2019. You had a minor car accident, yes? Were treated for a concussion. The memory surfaced slowly, 3 weeks before Marcus disappeared. A fender bender. She'd been taken to a private clinic, Marcus insisting on the best care. She'd been sedated for tests, woke up groggy, but fine. What did you do to me?" "Not me. I was just a resident. But I kept records. They harvested your eggs while you were sedated. Used them to create embryos with Mr. Sterling's genetic material. The child in the photograph, she's yours. Biologically, the room spun. That's impossible. Illegal. Why would anyone? Because Sterling children are worth more than gold to certain people. Your daughter has been raised by a surrogate family, but something's changed. The people who orchestrated this, they're cleaning house, eliminating evidence. Where is she? Where's my daughter? I don't know, but Mr. Sterling does. He's been watching her, protecting her from a distance. The fact he risked contacting you means the danger is immediate. Marcus is dead. Declared 2 years ago. No, Ms. Morrison, he's very much alive. And if you want to find your daughter before they do, you need to find him first." She paused. "Check your email. I'm sending you an address. Go there tonight. Alone. Trust no one else." The line went dead. Rachel stared at the photo again. A daughter she'd never known existed. Marcus alive somewhere in the shadows. And danger coming for a 5-year-old girl who had her eyes. She grabbed her keys. Whatever the truth, whatever the cost, she would find her daughter. The wind howled outside, carrying with it the scent of rain and revelations. The address led Rachel to a storage facility in Georgetown, the kind of place people forgot existed. Unit 47 stood at the end of a dimly lit corridor. Her hands trembled as she entered the code Dr. Volkov had sent. 0515, May 15th. What would have been her wedding day dot inside? Boxes lined the walls. But it was the corkboard that made her gasp. Hundreds of photos connected by red string. Her daughter, Lily, according to the neat labels, documented from infancy to present. First steps in a park, birthday, parties with strangers, school photos from Whitmore Academy, Seattle's most exclusive kindergarten. You came. The voice from the shadows made her jump. Marcus stepped into the light, and Rachel's breath caught. Gone was the polished entrepreneur. This man was leaner, harder. A scar ran through his left eyebrow. His clothes were dark, nondescript, but his eyes, those remained the same, haunted now, but still his. You're supposed to be dead, she whispered. Safer that way, for everyone. He moved to the board, fingers tracing a recent photo. Her name is Lily Chen right now. The Chens think they adopted her from China. They're good people. They love her. She's my daughter, mine, and you knew. I found out 3 months after I left. His voice cracked. By then, it was too late. She was already placed, already loved. What right did I have to destroy another family? The right of a father, of. Rachel stopped. Why? Why did they do this to us? Marcus pulled out a thick folder. Because I discovered something I shouldn't have. My family's company, it's not just tech, it's a front, has been for generations. They launder money for people who traffic in. He couldn't finish. Children, Rachel said. Understanding flooding through her. They traffic children. Not just traffic, they breed them. Designer babies for the ultra-wealthy, specific genetic combinations, enhanced traits. He gestured to the board. Our daughter was a proof of concept, sterling intelligence, Morrison creativity, green eyes with gold, apparently worth millions. To the right buyer, Rachel sank into a chair. The clinic, the accident, all staged. They needed your eggs, healthy, intelligent, beautiful. My mother found out what my father was doing. She tried to stop it. He paused. She died in a real accident 2 days later, so you ran. I thought if I disappeared, they'd abandon the project, but they'd already implanted the embryo, already had buyers lined up. His fist clenched. I've spent 5 years trying to find a way to bring them down without endangering Lily or you. Rachel stood, moving to the board. Her daughter smiled from every angle, playing, learning, living a life she'd never been part of. Dr. Volkov said their cleaning house. Why now? Because Lily's special. Not just genetically, she's different. Marcus pulled down a medical file. IQ tests off the charts, perfect recall, and something else they didn't expect. What? She remembers things she shouldn't. Last month, she drew this at school. He showed her a child's drawing, a woman with red hair and green eyes. My other mommy scrawled across the top. Rachel's hand flew to her mouth. She remembers me, but that's impossible. She was never genetic memory, theoretical, but he shrugged. She's been asking questions. The Chens are confused, and my father's associates are worried. She'll expose everything. Your father's alive, Richard Sterling, the grieving CEO who lost his son to a boating accident. Marcus laughed bitterly. He signs my death certificate and keeps collecting profits from selling children. A sound outside made them both freeze. Footsteps in the corridor, multiple sets, were. You followed. Marcus moved quickly, pushing a section of wall that swung inward. Emergency exit. Move. They slipped through as the main door burst open. Rachel heard voices, saw flashlight beams. Marcus led her through a narrow passage that opened into the adjacent building. My car, already compromised. They'll have the plates. He handed her keys. Blue Honda, level B2, papers in the glove box. New identity if you need it. What about you? I'll lead them away. Buy you time. Time for what? He gripped her shoulders. To get to Lily first. Tomorrow, 3 p.m., Whitmore Academy. The Chens think it's a standard parent-teacher conference. It's not. It's a pickup. They're taking her. Who's taking her? The buyers. The ones who've been waiting 5 years for their perfect child. His eyes burned into hers. You're her only chance. Her real mother. Shouts echoed behind them. Marcus pushed her toward the stairwell. Go. Everything you need is in the car. Trust no one except. A door slammed somewhere above. Volkov. Trust Anna Volkov. Then he was gone, running back toward the danger. Rachel clutched the keys and ran the opposite direction. Her daughter's photos burned into her memory. Lily Chen, her daughter, alive, brilliant, and in danger. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Less than 20 hours to save a child she'd never met, but had loved since the moment she saw those green gold eyes. Rachel spent the night in the Honda, parked outside Aurora Cafe where she could blend with the early morning crowd. The glove box contained everything Marcus promised: new ID, credit cards, and a file that made her sick, medical records from her accident, showing procedures she'd never consented to: egg retrieval, genetic manipulation, all signed by Dr. Elizabeth Sterling, Marcus's Aunt Dot. At 6 a.m., she entered the cafe. The barista, a young woman with purple hair, barely glanced up. "What can I?" She stopped, studying Rachel's face. "You're her." From the photos, Rachel's hand moved to the door. The girl raised both hands, peaceful. "Dr. Volkov sent me. I'm Dara. Used to work at the clinic. Back corner booth, please." Less visible from the street, they sat facing the entrance. Dara poured coffee with steady hands that belied her nervous glances. "Anna said you'd come here. Said you need information about Whitmore Academy. You know about the pickup. I scheduled it." Dara's voice dropped. "Still have access to their systems. They think I'm loyal. But after what I saw," she shuddered, "your daughter isn't the only one. There are 12 others in this batch, all 5 to 6 years old, all showing special traits." Batch, the word tasted vile. Generation 7, the perfected ones. Earlier generations had flaws, genetic abnormalities, mental instabilities. She pulled out a tablet, angling it away from other patrons. "This is Lily's file." Rachel devoured the information: birth weight, developmental milestones, test scores that seemed impossible. Then she saw the videos: Lily at 2, speaking in complete sentences; at 3, solving complex puzzles; at 4, drawing architectural blueprints from memory after visiting a building once. My God, Rachel breathed. What did they do to her? Enhanced neural connectivity, increased memory formation. They call it the Morrison factor. Apparently your family has a rare genetic variant for creativity and pattern recognition, combined with sterling analytical intelligence. Dara shrugged. She's what they wanted. To bad, she's also developing empathy and asking questions. Marcus said she remembers things. Drew pictures of me. Cellular memory, unintended side effect. She dreams about voices, faces. The Chen family thinks it's an overactive imagination. Dara glanced at her phone. Anna's here. Dr. Volkov entered looking like any Seattle professional. Raincoat, sensible shoes, tired eyes. She slid in beside Rachel, speaking without preamble. Security footage from last night shows Marcus leading them toward Tacoma. He's buying time, but not much. How do I get her out? You don't. Not alone. Anna pulled out a Whitmore Academy visitor badge. You're Sarah Walsh, educational consultant. The PM appointment with the principal about their gifted program. Dara will create a system error that triggers early dismissal at 2:30. But the pickup is at 3, exactly. 30-minute window. The Chens will be in a parent conference, thinking everything's normal. The pickup team will arrive to chaos, hundreds of parents, collecting children. You'll be one more face in the crowd. Rachel studied the badge. Sarah Walsh looked enough like her to pass. And then, north, Canadian border. I have contacts who can hide you both until we can expose this properly. Anna's face hardened. 13 children, Rachel. That's just this generation. 20 years of this program means hundreds of stolen children, sold to the highest bidders. Why help us? Why risk yourself? Anna was quiet for a moment. I was Generation 3, defective, they said. Scheduled for termination. A nurse helped me escape, gave me a new identity. I became a doctor to understand what they did to me, to find others. She touched her temple. Migraines, seizures. Most of us die by 40, but Lily's generation. They fixed the flaws. She could live a normal life if we get her out. A bell chimed as new customers entered. 3 men in suits, scanning the cafe methodically. Dara tensed. Procurement team. They're early. Back exit, and it commanded quietly. Now. They moved casually, Rachel forcing herself not to run. In the alley, Anna's car waited. Change of plans. They're accelerating the timeline. We go now. But the preparations will have to do. Anna drove with controlled urgency. Dara, can you trigger the evacuation remotely? Give me 10 minutes? Her fingers flew across the tablet. Rachel watched Seattle blur past, her mind on a little girl who drew pictures of a mother she'd never met, who had her eyes and Marcus's sharp mind, who thought her name was Lily Chen and had no idea she was worth millions to people who saw her as product, not person. There's something else, Anna said quietly. Marcus didn't tell you everything about why Lily's special, why they want her back so badly. What do you mean? She's not just enhanced. She's the key to the whole program. Her DNA contains the master template for Generation 8. Without her, Anna smiled grimly, without her, 20 years of research dies. Richard Sterling needs her alive, which means we have one advantage. They won't hurt her. They won't kill her. Anna corrected, hurt is different. These people created children in test tubes and sold them like luxury cars. Don't underestimate what they'll do to get her back. Whitmore Academy appeared ahead, all brick and privilege. Somewhere inside, a 5-year-old girl was about to discover her entire life was a lie, and her real mother was coming to save her. Whitmore Academy's hallways smelled of privilege, polished wood, fresh flowers, and money. Rachel clutched her visitor badge as Anna guided her through carpeted corridors, lined with children's artwork. Her eyes caught on every piece, searching for her daughter's name. Conference Room B, Anna murmured, "Remember, you're Sarah Walsh, educational consultant evaluating their gifted program. I'll handle the principal." They separated. Rachel entered to find 5 adults around a mahogany table, 2 teachers, an administrator, and the Chens. Michael and Grace Chen looked exactly like their photos in Marcus's files, mid-40s, kind faces, holding hands, the perfect parents for a stolen child. Ms. Walsh, the administrator, stood. "We're so pleased you're interested in our program." The Chens were just sharing Lily's remarkable progress. Rachel forced herself to smile, to sit, to breathe. 20 feet away, behind that dorm-marked kindergarten wing, was her daughter. Lily's exceptional, Grace Chen beamed, though lately she's been having these dreams, asking about her other family. The counselor says it's normal for adopted children. Rachel's heart hammered. How does she describe these dreams? Specific things. A woman with red hair who smells like vanilla and paint. A man who hums while cooking. Grace's smile faltered. "We don't know anyone like that, and she's never painted. But she asks for art supplies constantly." The administrator's phone buzzed. She frowned at the screen. "Fire alarm malfunction. We'll need to evacuate." Alarms shrieked through the building. "Please remain calm. Standard procedure." Through the windows, Rachel watched teachers leading ordered lines of children outside. Her breath caught. There, a small girl with brown braids, wearing a purple jumper. Even from this distance, Rachel knew. The way she moved, the tilt of her head. Her daughter. "We should go," Michael Chen said, standing. They filed out, joining the stream of parents and staff. Rachel hung back, watching the Chens move toward the kindergarten area. Her phone vibrated. "Anna, grave Anna approaching. Move now." Rachel slipped into the crowd of children. Her eyes locked on Lily. The girl stood apart from her class, staring at the parking lot with unusual intensity. As Rachel approached, Lily turned. Their eyes met. The world stopped. Green eyes with gold flecks stared up at her. Lily's mouth opened slightly, her 5-year-old face cycling through confusion, recognition, and something deeper. "You're the vanilla lady," Lily whispered. "From my dreams." Rachel knelt, throat tight. "Hi, sweetheart. I'm Sarah Walsh." A man's voice, cold and professional. The procurement team had arrived early, 3 men in gray suits, one holding a tablet. "We're here for the Chen child. Early pickup authorized." There must be a mistake. Rachel stood, positioning herself between them and Lily. "The Chens are still inside." "No mistake." The lead man showed credentials. "Child Protective Services. We've had reports of irregularities in this adoption. The child needs to come with us." Lily pressed against Rachel's leg. "I don't know them." "Of course not, sweetie. These men help children." His smile was oil. "Come along now." "No." Lily's voice carried surprising authority. "You smell wrong. Like the bad place in my dreams." The man's expression flickered. He reached for Lily's arm. Rachel moved on instinct, scooping Lily up. "She's not going anywhere without her parents' consent." "Mom, interfering with CPS is exactly what someone should do when fake agents try to kidnap children." Anna appeared, flanked by 2 security guards. "Gentlemen, Whitmore takes child safety seriously. I'll need to verify your credentials with our main office." The men exchanged glances. The crowd of evacuated parents and children pressed closer. Phones out, recording. The lead man calculated odds, then stepped back. Of course, we'll wait in our vehicle while you verify. They retreated to the gray van, but didn't leave. Diana spoke quickly. Back entrance. My car. Now, Rachel carried Lily, who wrapped her arms around her neck. Are you my real mommy? The question was so quiet Rachel almost missed it. Yes, baby, I'm your real mommy. I knew it. You smell like my dreams, like vanilla and love. Lily pulled back to study her face. Why did you give me away? I didn't. You were taken from me. But I'm here now. They reached Anna's car. Through the rear window, Rachel saw the Chens emerging from the building, looking frantically for their daughter. Grace Chen's face crumpled when she spotted the gray van. They love her, Rachel said, buckling Lily in. They do. Anna agreed, pulling out, which is why they're in danger too. The procurement team won't leave witnesses. What about Marcus? Anna's phone buzzed. She checked it at a red light, her face going pale. He's been captured. They have him at the main facility. Where? Somewhere even I don't know. But he knew this might happen. She handed Rachel a flash drive. Everything's on here. 20 years of evidence. Get Lily safe, then release it all. In the back seat, Lily hummed quietly, a melody Rachel recognized. The same tune Marcus hummed when cooking. Genetic memory made real. Mommy, Lily's voice was small. Are we going to save Daddy too? Rachel met her daughter's eyes in the mirror. So much of Marcus there, but her own determination too. Yes, baby, we're going to save everyone. Anna's safe house was a mundane apartment in Queen Anne, invisible among hundreds of similar units. Rachel carried a sleeping Lily inside, her daughter's weight both foreign and perfectly familiar. 5 years of missing moments condensed into this, a warm child trusting her completely. She'll sleep for hours, Anna said. Checking window locks. Emotional exhaustion. Her mind is processing the truth faster than most children could. Rachel laid Lily on the bed, unable to stop staring. Every detail fascinated. The way her hair curled like Marcus's, the small scar on her chin, the unconscious way she clutched a worn stuffed owl. Mr. Hoot, and explained. The Chens mentioned she's had it since infancy, probably from Marcus. Rachel's phone buzzed, a known number. She almost ignored it, then saw the text. Answer. And Marcus, her voice cracked. Where are you? Listen. Carefully. He sounded strained, words rushed. They're moving all the Generation 7 children tonight. Transport to international waters. Once they're in, we'll never get them back. Where are you? We can, no. Get Lily to Canada. Anna has contacts, a struggle. New voice, older, cultured. Ms. Morrison, or should I say, the mother of my granddaughter, Richard Sterling, Marcus's father, the architect of it all. You're insane. Rachel spat. I'm a visionary. Natural evolution is slow, random. We've accelerated it. Created perfect children for those who can afford perfection. His tone was conversational, as if discussing stocks. Lily is exceptional, even among the exceptional. With the right guidance, she's not a product. She's my daughter. She's both worth approximately $40 million to her intended parents, a Chinese tech dynasty. They've waited 5 years for their perfect heir. Rachel's stomach turned. She's not for sale. Everything's for sale. Even Marcus understood that eventually. Why do you think he really left? Protection. Richard laughed. He left because I offered him a choice. Help refine the program or watch you die. He chose poorly. The phone went dead. Rachel stared at it, mind reeling. Marcus hadn't abandoned them. He'd been blackmailed. We need to move, Anna said urgently. If they have Marcus, no. Rachel pulled out the flash drive. We end this now. You said 20 years of evidence. Where's the nearest FBI office? You can't. They have people everywhere. Judges, agents, politicians who've bought children. Then we go public. Every news outlet, social media, WikiLeaks, make it impossible to suppress. A small voice from the doorway. Are we running again? Lily stood there, Mr. Hoot under her arm, looking far too mature for 5. I'm tired of running in my dreams. Rachel knelt beside her. No more running, baby. We're going to fight. Good. Lily moved to the window, studying the street below. The gray van is back. 2 men inside. Anna checked. How did you never mind? Enhanced spatial awareness. I count things, Lily said simply. Patterns. Like how that man in the passenger seat checks his watch every 43 seconds. He's waiting for 6 p.m. Rachel looked. 5:47 p.m. Why 6? Shift change at the police station the blocks away. Fewer witnesses. Lily tilted her head. Daddy taught me that. In the dreams. He says I need to notice everything because bad people don't like being noticed. Marcus taught you, but you've never met. And here, Lily tapped her temple. He talks to me sometimes, says he loves me, says to be brave. She looked at Rachel. He says you paint beautiful things. Will you teach me? Rachel pulled her close. I'll teach you everything. Anna's laptop chimed. Dara's in. She's accessing shipping manifests. Oh God. Container ship leaving tonight. 12 children already loaded. International waters by dawn. Where? Port of Seattle. Pier 47. Anna pulled up satellite images. Heavy security. No way we get close. We don't need to get close, Rachel said. We need to make it impossible for them to leave. She looked at the flash drive. How fast? Can we upload everything 20 minutes with good connection? But do it. Every platform you can find. Focus on the shipping manifest, the children's real names, their locations. She turned to Lily. Baby, I need you to be very brave. Can you do something for me? Lily nodded solemnly. I need you to remember everything you've seen, every face, every place. Can you draw them? All of them, all of them. Lily settled at the table with paper and crayons, her hand moving with unusual precision for a 5-year-old. Faces emerged. The procurement team, the clinic, and others, children she'd never met but somehow knew. The others dreamed to, she explained, drawing. We share sometimes. Timothy in Boston, May in Vancouver, all of us wondering why we're different. Rachel watched her daughter work. Anna uploaded evidence, and somewhere Marcus endured whatever. Price came with defying his father. 5:59 p.m. Below, car doors open. The men stepped out, hands reaching inside jackets. They're coming, Lily announced calmly, adding final details to a sketch. But it's okay. Daddy says help is coming too. Through the window, Rachel saw them, FBI vehicles converging from 3 directions. Real ones this time. Someone had been watching. Someone had been waiting. The flash drive had only been uploading for 12 minutes, but apparently it was enough. Time to stop running. Time to fight. The FBI vehicle screeched to a halt, agents pouring out with weapons drawn. The Graven's occupants raised their hands, caught between escape and capture. From the 3rd floor window, Rachel watched justice arrive too late and too early all at once. Away from the window, Anna commanded, pulling them back. FBI doesn't mean safe. Not yet. Lily continued drawing, unfazed. Agent Martinez is good. He has a daughter like us. Generation 4. Her name is Sophia. How could you possibly know that? Anna stared at the child. We share dreams. Lily repeated patiently, all the special children do. It's lonely being different. So we find each other at night. A knock at the door. 3 sharp, to soft. Anna checked the peephole and relaxed. It's Dara. The purple-haired woman rushed in. Laptop under her arm. Uploads at 60%. News outlets are starting to pick it up. Twitter's exploding. But we have a bigger problem. The ship's departing early. They know we're onto them. How early? Rachel demanded. 40 minutes. Not enough time for FBI to mobilize properly. Dara's fingers flew over keys. But I might have. Something? The ship's manifest lists the children as medical equipment. Temperature sensitive. If I can hack the refrigeration units, make them malfunction, the captain would have to return to port. Anna finished. Do it. Lily looked up from her drawings. Timothy says they're scared. The cold room is dark and they gave them medicine to sleep, but it's not working right. Rachel's heart clenched. 12 children, drugged and terrified, locked in shipping containers. Can you talk to them? Through the dreams, not talk. Just share feelings. Lily closed her eyes. I'm telling them help is coming, that they're real. Families will find them. The apartment's landline rang. Anna checked the caller ID, face palling. It's from the Sterling compound. Rachel grabbed it. Richard, Ms. Morrison, not Richard. A woman's voice, elderly but strong. This is Eleanor Sterling, Marcus's grandmother. I believe it's time we spoke. Your family traffics children. My son and grandson do. I've been documenting their crimes for 15 years, waiting for the right moment. That moment appears to be now. A pause. I'd have Marcus. He's injured but safe. I need you to trust me. Why should I? Because I'm the one who ensured Marcus found that photograph. Who made sure Harold discovered it precisely when you'd be alone? Who's been feeding information to Agent Martinez for months? Her voice softened. And because I remember what it's like to have your child stolen by this family's ambitions. Lily suddenly gasped, eyes flying open, the ship's turning around. Timothy says alarms are going off everywhere. The captain's yelling about spoiled cargo. Derek grinned. Refrigeration hack-worked. They'll have to dock for inspection. Grandmother Sterling, Rachel said into the phone. What do you want? To end this. But carefully, if Richard realizes I betrayed him, Marcus dies. I need you to bring Lily somewhere public, visible. Make him come to you. Make him negotiate in the open. Use my daughter as bait. Never, Mommy. Lily tugged her sleeve. She's right. Great-grandmother has been protecting us. She's the one who made sure I got Mr. Hoot. She sewed a tracker inside so Daddy could always find me. Rachel stared at her daughter. How do you? She visits the dream place too. She's very old and tired, but she loves us. Lily returned to drawing. She says Pike Place Market. Tomorrow morning. Lots of people. Lots of cameras. Eleanor's voice crackled through the phone. Remarkable child. She gets that from both sides. 9 a.m. Fish Market. Richard will come because he has no choice. The scandal's breaking. His empire's crumbling, and Lily's his only leverage for a deal. What kind of deal? The kind where he returns all 12 children in exchange for minimal prison time. The kind prosecutors make when children's lives hang in the balance. Her tone hardened. He values his freedom over everything, even his sick legacy. Rachel looked at Anna, who nodded slowly. It could work. One condition, Rachel said. I see Marcus first. Prove he's alive. Check your phone. A video message. Arrived. Marcus, bruised but breathing, sitting in what looked like a library. Ratch, he said, voice rough. Trust her. She's been planning this longer than any of us. And tell Lily. His voice cracked. Tell her Daddy's coming home. Lily smiled, not looking up from her drawing. I already know. Through the window, FBI. Agents were processing the scene. The news van arrived. Reporters already broadcasting. The story was breaking wide. Unstoppable now. Tomorrow then, Rachel told Eleanor. 9 a.m. Bring the child. Let Richard see what he's lost. His granddaughter's freedom in exchange for his own. Eleanor paused. And Miss Morrison. Dress her in purple. It was my daughter's favorite color. Richard needs reminding of all the children this family has failed. The line went dead. Lily held up her latest drawing. Pike Place Market. Crowded with people. In the center. 3 figures holding hands. Finally together. Finally safe. Is this tomorrow? Rachel asked. No. Lily said simply. This is after. When we're a real family. Rachel pulled her close. One more day. One more confrontation. Then maybe, finally, they could stop running and start living. Pike Place Market teamed with Saturday morning crowds. Rachel held Lily's hand tightly as they navigated past flower vendors and fish merchants. The purple dress, Eleanor's request, made Lily stand out like a beacon. Agent Martinez is by the coffee stand, Lily whispered. Agent Chen's pretending to shop for salmon. There's a sniper on the parking garage roof. You can see all that. Pattern recognition. Daddy says it's my superpower. She squeezed Rachel's hand. Don't worry. Great-grandmother won't let anything happen. They reached the designated spot near the famous fish-throwing station. Tourists gathered. Phones ready for the show. Perfect. Cover. He's coming, Lily announced. Black car. To bodyguards. He's angry. Richard Sterling emerged from the crowd like a shark through water. 70 years old, but radiating power. His steel gray suit immaculate. The bodyguards flanked him, hands hovering near concealed weapons. Lily. He said her name like he owned it. My granddaughter. You're even more remarkable in person. You're smaller than in my dreams, Lily replied, and sadder. His composure cracked slightly. Come with me, child. I'll show you wonders. The best schools, unlimited resources. You'll change the world. I don't want to change the world. I want to finger paint. Rachel pulled Lily closer. She's not going anywhere with you. Miss Morrison, Richard's smile was arctic. You have something I need. I have 12 children in containers. Shall we trade? The ship's already docked. FBI's processing it. Rachel kept her voice steady. Your leverage is gone, is it? He pulled out a phone, showed her a live feed. Marcus, bound to a chair, a gun to his head. My son for your daughter. Fair trade? No. Lily stepped forward. You're lying. Daddy's not there. That's the old library. But he's in the new one now. Great-grandmother moved him an hour ago. Richard's face went white. Impossible. Mother would never. She would. Eleanor Sterling's voice carried across the market. She emerged from behind a flower stall, flanked by FBI agents. 93 years old, using a walker, but her eyes burned with purpose. Hello, Richard. Betraying you was easier than I expected. Mother. The word came out strangled. You destroyed everything. Our legacy, built on stolen children? Eleanor's voice cracked like a whip. Like your sister? Like all the babies you sold before perfecting the process. The crowd was noticing now. Drawn by the drama. Phones appeared, recording everything. I had a daughter, Eleanor continued, voice carrying, Elizabeth. Beautiful, brilliant. When she couldn't have children naturally, you convinced her to try your early experiments. She died screaming in a lab. Richard, my daughter, your sister. Science requires sacrifice. Children aren't science. Eleanor stepped closer. They're not products or experiments or legacy. They're people, like your granddaughter here, who you've never once looked at as anything but profit. The world needs what we created. Richard insisted, enhanced humans. The next evolution, the world needs parents who love their children. Lily interrupted. Everyone turned to the 5-year-old, who spoke with impossible authority. All the special children know this. We share dreams. Remember, we voted. We don't want to be special. We want to be loved. You voted. Richard stared at her. All 43 of us. Every generation still alive. Even the broken ones. Lily's eyes filled with tears, especially the broken ones. Do you know how much it hurts being made instead of born? Knowing you exist because someone paid for specific features. Silence fell over the market. Even the fish merchants stopped their work. But we found something you didn't plan. Lily continued. We found each other. In dreams, in thoughts, a family. You couldn't sell or separate. She looked at her grandmother. Generation 1 says hello, Eleanor. Elizabeth says she forgives you. Eleanor Sterling collapsed to her knees, weeping. She's there, my baby, in the dream place, where all the lost ones go. Lily walked to her great-grandmother, patting her weathered hand. She says the pain stopped long ago. She's just been waiting to tell you she loves you. Richard stepped backward. This is impossible. Genetic memory doesn't include FBI. Nobody moved. Agents flooded the market. The bodyguards reached for weapons, but were overwhelmed. Richard Sterling, architect of horror, was forced to his knees among fish scales and flower petals. The children, he laughed bitterly as handcuffs clicked. They'll always be different, marked. Neither fully human nor, we're exactly human. Lily said firmly, just with better Wi-Fi. Despite everything, Rachel laughed, then cried, then laughed again. Mommy, don't leak, Lily said, hugging her. Daddy's coming. See, through the crowd, Marcus limped toward them, bruised, exhausted, but alive. Real. Here, Lily, he breathed, dropping to his knees. My little girl, I know, she said simply, falling into his arms. I've always known. You hummed to me in the dreams. They held each other as Richard was led away, as Eleanor was helped to a bench, as 12 children were freed from containers. The market slowly returned to normal. Tourists uncertain if they'd witnessed performance, art or history. Is it over? Rachel asked, joining their embrace. The bad parts, Lily confirmed. Now comes the good stuff, like learning to paint and having a real birthday party and teaching the others. That different doesn't mean wrong. Marcus kissed his daughter's head, then looked at Rachel. 5 years of loss, but here they were, broken, healing, together. Home, he asked. Home. Rachel agreed. They walked through Pike Place Market, past flowers and fish, cameras and chaos. Just another family on a Saturday morning, special only, in how much they loved each other, which, Lily thought, was the only kind of special that mattered. 6 months later, Whitmore Academy's auditorium buzzed with different energy. Parents still whispered, but now about the Netflix documentary, the congressional hearings. The 43 children reunited with biological families they'd never known existed. Rachel adjusted Lily's butterfly wings for the spring recital. Remember, just have fun. I know, Mommy. Lily peeked through the curtain. Timothy's here, and May, and Sophia. She waved at children scattered throughout the audience. the enhanced ones. Gathering for the first time in person, Marcus appeared backstage, camera ready. The prosecutor called. Richard pled guilty to everything. Life without parole. Good, Rachel said simply, and Eleanor, watching from the front row. She wouldn't miss Lily's first recital. The lights dim. 20 kindergartners file on stage. Lily among them in her purple butterfly costume. The music began. Simple, sweet. But something extraordinary happened. As Lily danced, the other enhanced children in the audience began humming. Not loudly, just a subtle harmony beneath the recorded music. The tune was hauntingly beautiful, complex beyond any child's capability, yet perfectly synchronized. They're sharing. An Asian woman whispered nearby. May's mother, Rachel realized. All of them, in real time. On stage, Lily's movements became more fluid, guided by 42 minds lending their patterns, their rhythm. The other kindergartners, normal children, unconsciously followed her lead, creating a dance more beautiful than any rehearsal. My God, someone breathed. They're networking. The music ended. The audience erupted in applause. But the enhanced children stayed connected another moment, sharing something private. Joy, Rachel realized, pure, simple joy at being together. Mommy, Lily ran off stage after bows. Did you feel it? We all danced together. We saw. Baby, Rachel hugged her tight. No, inside. Lily tapped her temple. Timothy showed me Beijing. May shared Vancouver. Everyone shared their homes. We're having a sleepover without leaving. Dr. Anna Volkov approached, tablet in hand. I'm monitoring their neural activity. It's unprecedented. They're creating a stable network, sharing experiences in real time, not telepathy exactly. More like quantum entanglement of consciousness. Is it dangerous? Marcus asked. Protective instinct flaring. The opposite. Their stress hormones are dropping, brain development accelerating. In healthy patterns, they're healing each other. Anna smiled. Your daughter isn't just enhanced. She's evolved. They all are. Eleanor Sterling wheeled herself over, tears streaming. Elizabeth would have loved this. Children using their gifts for joy, not profit. Great-grandmother, Lily hugged her carefully. Generation 1 says you did good, really good. The old woman smiled through tears. Tell her I'll see her soon, but not yet. I'd have grandchildren to spoil first. Principal Martinez, Agent Martinez's wife, as it turned out, took the stage before our next performance, an announcement. Thanks to the Sterling Foundation's new direction under Ms. Eleanor Sterling, Whitmore Academy is proud to introduce the Enhanced Learning Initiative, a program where all our special children can learn together, grow together, and show us what humanity's future might look like. Applause thundered. The enhanced children hummed approval in their strange harmony. Normal children watched in fascination, not fear. Miss Chen wants to know if I can have a real sleepover. Lily told Rachel, with Timothy and May, she says. It's okay if you say yes. Grace Chen approached, smiling. We've stayed in touch with all the biological parents, created a support network, shared custody agreements. The children need all their families. Rachel's eyes burned. Grace Chen, who lost the daughter she'd raised for 5 years, offering to stay in their lives. That's incredibly generous. It's necessary. Lily has 2 mothers now, 2 fathers, if we count Michael, for grandparents. 40 to psychically linked siblings. Grace laughed. It takes a village, or in this case, a small city. Cannot? Lily bounced. Please? We promise not to quantum entangle after bedtime. Everyone laughed. Even Marcus, who'd learned to stop flinching when Lily mentioned her abilities. Yes, Rachel decided. Yes to all of it. As parents collected children, as enhanced kids exchanged physical hugs to match their mental ones, as Eleanor Sterling wrote checks to fund research into helping the damaged earlier generations, Rachel noticed something beautiful. No one was afraid anymore. The children weren't products or experiments or threats. They were just kids who happened to share dreams, who hummed in harmony, who showed humanity a glimpse of connection beyond words. Home? Marcus asked, lifting a tired. Lily, ice cream first. Lily mumbled against his shoulder. Timothy says the place on 5th has honeysuckle flavor. I want to taste what Beijing dreams about. They left together, Marcus, Rachel, and their daughter who dreamed in 43 flavors. Behind them, the auditorium lights dimmed on a new chapter of human history, one where different absolutely, definitely, didn't mean wrong. It meant wonderful. The honeysuckle ice cream tasted like Beijing summers and childhood wonder. Lily shared spoonfuls with Rachel while Marcus navigated Seattle traffic. Their evening ritual now comfortably familiar. "Daddy," Lily said suddenly, "why can't Generation 3 dream with us?" Marcus caught Rachel's eye in the mirror. "They've been waiting for this question. Tell me what you sense, sweetheart." "Static, like broken radios." Anna cries when we try to connect with her. Lily's face scrunched in concentration. "She tastes like metal and sadness." "The early generations were hurt by the process," Rachel explained carefully. "Their connections work differently." "Broken," Lily said flatly. "They call themselves the broken ones." "Don't use that word," Marcus said sharply. Too sharply, Lily flinched. "But that's what they call themselves. Generation 3 has seizures. They can't process emotions." She paused. "One is mostly gone. Just Eleanor hears her." They pulled into their Queen Anne home, the Chin's former house, purchased when they decided to downsize and travel. Lily had cried for days when they moved, until Grace promised weekly video calls. Inside, Lily went straight to her art corner, pulling out paints. "I want to fix them, baby." "You can't fix not fix like broken toys," Lily interrupted Rachel, mixing colors with unusual precision. "Fix like bridges. Connect them to us." "Timothy thinks we can build new pathways." "Timothy's 8 years old," Marcus reminded her. 8 with an IQ of 200 and direct neural interface to 40 to other enhanced minds. Lily didn't look up from her painting. "We vote on everything. We voted to try." Rachel knelt beside her. "Try what?" "Exactly, tomorrow. Anna's bringing 3 Generation 3s to the lab. We're going to hold hands and see if together we can." She struggled for words. "Rewire them. Share our stability." "Absolutely not," Marcus said. "That could hurt you, or them." "We don't understand. You don't understand," Lily said quietly. "But we do. We feel their pain every night. Generation screams in frequencies only we hear." 3 seizures when they try to dream, and 1 tears rolled down her cheeks. "One just wants to say goodbye properly." The paintbrush moved across paper, revealing connected circles of light, a network made visible. In the center, darker spots, being slowly illuminated by the outer rings. 43 of us, Lily continued, stable, strong. Why did we survive when they didn't? Because Richard Sterling learned from their pain, built us on their suffering. She looked up, eyes too old for 6. "We owe them." Rachel's phone buzzed. Anna Volkov, texting. "The children contacted me directly, all of them, simultaneously. They want to attempt neural bridging tomorrow. I think they might actually do it. Is it dangerous?" Rachel texted back, "Everything about them is unprecedented, but their collective intelligence is significant. They've been modeling outcomes for weeks. Success rate 73%. Marcus read over her shoulder. "And the other 27%. Rachel's phone rang. Anna's voice was strained. "If it fails, worst case is temporary disorientation for the enhanced. For the broken, the early generations, it could trigger massive seizures. Or worse, that we can't, they're dying anyway," Anna said bluntly. "Generation 3 has 5 years max, to even less. This might be their only chance at connection." Before Lily set down her brush, the painting was complete, a model of linked minds, darkness transforming to light. "We already decided. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., with or without permission." "You're 6 years old," Marcus protested. "I'm 6 with 42 advisors who've modeled every scenario." Lily stood, paint-stained and determined. "Generation 1 has been alone for 30 years. Tomorrow, she gets to feel sunshine again, through us." "Elizabeth," Rachel whispered. "You're talking about Eleanor's daughter. She's ready to go. But first, she wants her mother to feel her love directly, not through me, through all of us." Lily walked to her parents, taking their hands. "Please, let us give them peace." Marcus crumbled. "How did you argue with a child who spoke for 43 enhanced minds, who carried the weight of generations? If anything goes wrong, you pull us apart." Anna knows the protocols. Lily hugged him. "But nothing will go wrong. We're very careful with each other." Later, as they tucked her in, Mr. Who clutched tight, Lily whispered, "Timothy says thank you for trusting us." "Timothy's not here, baby," Rachel said gently. "He's always here." Lily tapped her temple. "We're teaching the world something important. That connection doesn't require proximity. That love travels through quantum space. That different is just another word for evolved." She fell asleep mid-sentence. exhausted by big thoughts in a small body. Rachel and Marcus sat watching her breathe. Their miracle child who dreamed in collective consciousness. She's going to change the world. Rachel whispered, "They all are." Marcus agreed. The question is whether we're brave enough to let them. Tomorrow would bring answers. Tonight, they held their daughter and pretended the future wasn't racing toward them at quantum speed. The Sterling Medical Research Center's neural lab had been transformed. 43 children sat in a perfect circle, holding hands. In the center, 3 Generation 3 adults lay on medical beds, monitors tracking their erratic brainwaves. Anna Volkov moved between them, adjusting sensors with shaking hands. "Remember," Lily addressed the circle, her voice carrying unusual authority, "we go slow, layer by layer. Like painting, you can't rush watercolors." Rachel watched from the observation window with Marcus, Eleanor, and dozens of parents. FBI agents stood guard, not to prevent the experiment, but to protect it. The world was watching through carefully controlled media access. Initiating contact, Anna announced. Neural synchronization in 3 to 1. The children closed their eyes. The room's energy shifted, became dense. On the monitors, 43 distinct brainwave patterns began merging into one massive, coordinated symphony. Holy Mother of Dr. Peterson, the lead neurologist, stared at his screens. "They're creating a shared consciousness matrix. Look at these readings." In the center, Generation 3's chaotic patterns began responding. One subject, a woman named Marie, gasped. Her seizures, constant for 15 years, stopped. "We see you," Lily spoke for the collective. "You're not broken, just scattered. Let us gather your pieces." Marie's eyes flew open, pupils dilated. "I can hear you, all of you. Oh God, is this what connection feels like?" The second subject, a man called David, began crying. "The pain is sharing out, diluting. I can think clearly for the first time since." But the third subject, an elderly woman, began convulsing. Alarms shrieked. "She's rejecting the bridge." Anna moved to intervene. "No," Lily commanded. "She's not rejecting. She's remembering. Generation 1, Elizabeth Sterling, born 1961. First successful enhancement. First successful failure." Eleanor pressed against the glass. "My baby." The convulsing woman spoke, but the voice was younger, clearer. "Mother, I've been waiting so long to say goodbye properly." "Impossible," Dr. Peterson breathed. "She's channeling. Memories from a woman who died 30 years ago." "Not channeling." The collective spoke through various children, creating an eerie chorus. "Accessing. All enhanced minds leave quantum echoes. We're just translating." Eleanor was sobbing. "Elizabeth, my darling girl, I'm so sorry. I should have protected you." "You did," the voice replied. Through the convulsing woman, "You protected him, my nephew, and now my grandniece." The family continues, stronger for our suffering. The elderly woman's convulsions eased. Her brain patterns, chaotic for decades, began smoothing. Not normal, never normal, but stable. "Connected, we can hold them," Lily announced. "Not forever, but long enough. Generation 3 can live connected, to might achieve partial integration." At 1, she opened her eyes, looking directly at Eleanor. "One is ready to let go. But first, she has a gift." The woman who channeled Elizabeth sat up, movements controlled by the collective. She walked to the window, placed her palm against the glass where Eleanor's rested on the other side. "Feel." The collective commanded. Eleanor gasped. Later, she described it as sunlight flooding the dark room. 30 years of her daughter's love, compressed into a moment of pure connection. Every memory Elizabeth had cherished, every moment of joy despite the pain, transferred through quantum space and 43 young bridges. "Thank you," Eleanor whispered. "Thank you for keeping her safe all these years." "She kept herself," the collective replied. "Now she can rest, and we can build on what she learned." The connection dissolved slowly, carefully. Children released hands, blinking as individual consciousness returned. The Generation 3 subjects lay still, but there, monitors showed stability they'd never achieved alone. "Sustainable?" Anna asked, checking readings. "For now," Lily answered, exhausted but smiling. "We'll need to reconnect weekly, maybe daily as they age, but they're part of us now." The broken made whole. Not whole, Marie corrected gently from her bed, but connected. "That's enough. That's everything." Marcus lifted Lily as she swayed. "You did it. Baby, you actually did it. We did it," she corrected. then looked at the camera broadcasting globally. 43 enhanced minds just prove connection transcends damage, that love bridges impossible gaps. That different includes everyone, even the broken, especially the broken. What's next? A reporter called out. Lily considered, feeling the collective's input. Generation 2. They're harder, emotional damage, not just neural, but Timothy has ideas. May knows a technique. Together, she didn't finish, falling asleep mid-sentence. But everyone understood. Together, they'd rewrite the rules of human connection, one quantum bridge at a time. Rachel found Marcus in his workshop at midnight, hunched over his jeweler's bench. The sterling bracelet lay disassembled, each sapphire carefully removed, the platinum band polished to mirror shine. Can't sleep either, she asked. Wrapping a blanket around his shoulders, Lily asked me something today. He held up a tiny clear crystal, no bigger than a rice grain. She wants to add 43 new stones, one for each enhanced child, so the bracelet shows the real sterling legacy. Rachel studied the workspace. Dozens of small crystals lay organized in a spiral pattern. Where did you find 43 matching stones? That's the thing. Marcus turned, eyes red from strain and wonder. I didn't. They arrived by courier today, each enhanced family sent. One, Timothy's parents from Beijing, May's from Vancouver. Even Marie from Generation 3 sent an old piece of quartz she'd carried since her enhancement. He showed Rachel the note that came with them. For Lily, from all of us, the network there. Coordinating globally now, Rachel said. Anna mentioned the children are teaching each other languages at quantum speed. May learned Mandarin, Portuguese, and Hindi last week. Our daughter started something. Marcus began setting stones with practiced precision, or maybe she just revealed what was always possible. Rachel picked up a blue stone. This one's beautiful. From David, Generation 3. He's an artist now that his seizure stopped, painted for the first time in 20 years. Marcus's voice caught. He said Lily gave him colors back. They worked. In companionable silence, Rachel organizing while Marcus set each stone. The design emerging wasn't random. It followed the pattern from Lily's painting. A model of connection. She knows, doesn't she? Rachel said quietly, what's happening to Eleanor? Marcus nodded. 3 months, maybe 4. The doctors are amazed she lasted this long after Elizabeth's goodbye. Lily dreams with her every night, teaching her the collective songs. Eleanor told me she's not afraid anymore because she knows where she's going. Rachel's eyes burned. To the quantum echo place, where Elizabeth waits. Do you believe it? That consciousness persists in their network even after. I watched 43 children channel a woman dead 30 years. I believe anything's possible now. Marcus set the final stone, a small diamond Eleanor had sent, for the first sterling. Who chose love over legacy? Her note read. The workshop door creaked. Lily patted it. Mr. Hoop dragging behind her. You're fixing it. Did we wake you? Rachel pulled her close. Timothy did. He's excited about the bracelet. Says it's a physical anchor for our quantum field. She studied the design. It's perfect, Daddy. But, it needs one more thing. Lily climbed onto Marcus's lap, picking up his finest tool, with impossible precision for a 6-year-old. She began engraving on the inner band. Not words, symbols, mathematical equations that hurt to look at directly. What is that? Marcus asked. Our frequency, so we can always find each other, even when. She stopped, looking sad. Even when some of us go to the echo place. Sweetheart, I know about great-grandmother. We all know. She asked us to sing her across when it's time. Lily set down the tool. 3 weeks, maybe 4, but not alone. Never alone again. Rachel wrapped them both in her arms. Their daughter who carried impossible knowledge, who bridged broken minds, who faced death with the wisdom of 43 souls. The families are planning a gathering. Lily continued, all of us, every generation still breathing. Great-grandmother wants to see us together once. Proof that suffering became something beautiful. Where? Marcus asked. Here, Seattle. Where it all started and where it's all changing. She touched the renewed bracelet. We'll wear this. Show the world what sterlings are now. Not sellers of children, but connectors of souls. That's a big responsibility for a small bracelet. Rachel said gently, that's why I needed all our stones. Alone, they're just crystals. Together. Lily smiled. Together they're unbreakable. Like us. Marcus finished reassembling the bracelet. In the workshop light, it looked alive. 43 stones catching and sharing illumination, creating patterns that shifted with each angle. Try it on, he told Lily. She slipped it over her small wrist. For a moment, nothing. Then the stones began glowing faintly, pulsing in rhythm with her heartbeat. They feel it, she whispered. All of them. Timothy says it's beautiful. May's crying. Happy tears. Marie felt her first real joy in 20 years. At one, she smiled. One says the Sterlings finally got it right. Rachel and Marcus exchanged glances over their daughter's head. Their child had become something beyond their imagination. A living bridge between minds, a herald of humanity's next chapter. Bedtime, Rachel said firmly. Even quantum-enhanced children need sleep, okay? But can I wear it? The others want to dream with it. See how the physical anchor affects our connection. Of course. Marcus said, it's yours. There's the real Sterling legacy. As they tucked her in, the bracelet's glow softened to match her breathing. Somewhere across the world, 40 other children felt its presence. A promise made tangible, a network given form. Different had become wonderful. Broken had become whole. And love, encoded in stone and metal and quantum equations, had conquered all. Seattle's rain hammered against the windows of the Sterling estate as 43 enhanced children and their families gathered. Eleanor lay in the library's hospital bed, surrounded by the legacy Richard had tried to corrupt and she'd fought to redeem. Come closer, little ones, Eleanor whispered. The children formed a circle around her bed, hands linked. Generation 2 and 3 stood behind them, finally stable enough to join. Rachel held Marcus's hand as they watched their daughter lead the network. In what Anna had started calling quantum communion, the bracelet on Lily's wrist pulsed with soft light, synchronized with Eleanor's weakening heartbeat. I need to tell you something, Eleanor said, voice paper thin but clear, about the beginning, about why Elizabeth was really created. Grandmother, save your strength, Marcus started. No, they deserve truth, all of it. Eleanor looked at the children. I was dying, cancer, 1961. Traditional treatments failed. My husband, desperate, funded experimental genetic therapy, not to create enhanced children, to save his wife. The room fell silent except for rain. It worked. The cancer retreated. But I couldn't have children anymore. So we tried something else, using my enhanced cells to create a child, Elizabeth. Tears rolled down her weathered cheeks. She was perfect. To perfect, others wanted the process. Richard saw opportunity where we saw a miracle. You didn't know, Lily said gently. How could you? I should have protected her better, should have seen Richard's ambition poisoning everything. Eleanor's breathing labored. But then you came, all of you, proof that horror can birth wonder. The children began humming, their quantum frequency made audible. The sound was hauntingly beautiful, complex beyond human vocal cords yet somehow achieved. We want to show you something, Lily spoke for the network. Close your eyes, Eleanor obeyed. The children's humming intensified. On the monitors tracking Eleanor's vitals, something extraordinary happened. Her brainwaves, erratic from age and illness, began smoothing, synchronizing. We're sharing. The network spoke through various children. Every sunset we've seen, every laugh we've shared, every moment of joy you helped make possible. Feel them all. Eleanor gasped, eyes flying open. For a moment, they weren't the clouded eyes of a dying woman, but clear, young, seeing beyond the room. Elizabeth, she breathed. Oh, my darling girl, you're so bright now. She says she's proud. Lily translated, tears streaming. Proud of you for fighting, for choosing love over legacy, for giving us chance to be more than products. Tell her. Eleanor's voice faded. She knows. The network is short. She's always known. And she's waiting. Not alone. With all the others who lit the way. The Echo Place is beautiful. Grandmother. Full of connection without pain. Dr. Peterson monitored the readings, shaking his head in amazement. Her neural activity is off the charts. She's experiencing 43 simultaneous perspectives while maintaining individual consciousness. It should be impossible. We're very good at impossible, Timothy said, speaking individually for once. Eleanor's hand found Lily's, the bracelet. Lily slipped it off, placing it in Eleanor's palm. The stones flared brighter, reacting to her fading quantum signature. Richard thought legacy meant control, Eleanor whispered. A real legacy is what you leave in hearts. You, all of you, are my true legacy, the Sterling name redeemed. She looked at Marcus. Your parents would be proud. Both of them. Mother died in a car accident. No, dear boy, cancer. Same as me. Richard hid it. Ashamed of weakness, but she faced it with such grace. Eleanor smiled. She's in the echo too. Waiting. The revelation hit Marcus like a physical blow. Another lie. Another truth uncovered. Rachel squeezed his hand. No more secrets. Eleanor commanded with final authority. The network sees all anyway. Let them build on truth, not lies. The children's humming shifted, became something like a lullaby, soft, ancient, carrying comfort across quantum space. I'm tired, Eleanor admitted, but not afraid. How can I be? Knowing where I'm going, knowing what continues. 3 more days, Lily said softly. We've calculated 3 more sunrises. Then let's not waste them. Eleanor struggled to sit up. Help me to the window. I want to see the rain. Elizabeth loved the rain. They helped her to a chair by the great windows. 43 children sat around her, some on the floor, some on furniture, all connected. Their families watched from the edges, witnesses to something beyond understanding. Tell me, Eleanor said, what do you dream of? Not the collective dreams, your personal ones. One by one, they answered. May wanted to compose symphonies, Timothy to solve climate change. David from Generation 3 hoped to teach art to broken children. Murray dreamed of documenting their story properly. And you, Lily, Eleanor asked finally, what does our little bridge builder dream? Lily considered carefully. I dream of making connection normal, where everyone can feel what we feel, where loneliness ends because everyone realizes we're already linked. She touched the bracelet in Eleanor's lap, where different is just another word for human. Eleanor closed her eyes, smiling. Then I can rest, knowing such dreams exist. Outside, Seattle's rain began to soften. Inside, 43 enhanced minds held one dying woman in a web of love, preparing to help her transition from one form of connection to another. 3 more days, 3 more sunrises. Then Eleanor Sterling would join the echo, where daughters waited and secrets dissolved into understanding. But first, there was rain to watch and truth to share. And the quiet revolution of children who dreamed humanity whole. 3 days passed in a blur of quiet preparation. The Sterling estate became a sanctuary, where enhanced children taught their families quantum meditation while Eleanor grew translucent. With approaching transition, Rachel found herself in the estate's art studio at dawn, painting furiously. The canvas showed the network as she saw them, threads of light connecting across continents. Pulsing with shared consciousness, her hands moved with unusual precision, as if guided. You're connected to, Anna said from the doorway. Not enhanced, but quantum entangled through proximity. We're seeing it in all the biological parents. Rachel didn't stop painting. I dream with them sometimes, see through 43 sets of eyes. Is that normal? Nothing about this is normal. Anna approached the canvas. This is extraordinary. You're painting their actual quantum field. The studio door burst open. Grace Chen entered, face flushed with excitement. Rachel, you need to see this. The children are doing something unprecedented. They rushed to the library where Eleanor lay surrounded by the network, but something had changed. The air itself seemed dense, charged. The enhanced children sat in perfect stillness, eyes closed, while reality rippled around them. What are they doing? Marcus asked, pulling Rachel close. Building, Dr. Peterson whispered, staring at his instruments. They're constructing some kind of quantum architecture. Look at these readings. They're literally restructuring local space-time. Lily's eyes opened, but they held depths beyond her 6 years. We're making a bridge, not just for consciousness, for her, so she can cross properly. Cross to where? Rachel asked. The echo place, but stronger, more real. Lily's voice carried harmonics of 42 others. We figured it out. Why some enhanced persist after death and others fade. It's about connection strength at the moment of transition. Eleanor's eyes fluttered open. My clever children, you're building me a proper road home. Not just for you. The network spoke through various children, for all of us. When our time comes, decades from now, we'll have a permanent bridge. Death becomes just another form of connection. The temperature in the room dropped. Frost formed on windows despite the spring warmth outside. In the center of the children's circle, something began manifesting, not visible exactly, but present. A doorway made a possibility impossible. Dr. Peterson breathed. They're creating a stable quantum tunnel to wherever consciousness goes, not creating. Lily corrected, revealing. It's always been there. We're just making it visible. Eleanor laughed, the sound young and free. I could see her, Elizabeth. She's right there, waiting. She looked at Marcus, your mother too. She says she's proud of who you became. Marcus choked on tears. Rachel held him as their daughter, and her network performed the impossible, making that's just another room in the house of existence. I have to tell you something, Eleanor said suddenly, gripping Lily's hand. About your real legacy, not the money or the estate. Richard kept records. Every enhanced child ever created, their locations, their families, thousands, Rachel, across decades. Most don't know what they are. Rachel's mind reeled. Thousands hidden, in plain sight. Some in orphanages, some with loving families, some struggling alone. Eleanor's voice urgently faded. Find them, connect them, make the network complete. We will, Lily promised. We already feel some. Distant echoes, scared and alone. We'll bring them home. The quantum doorway pulsed brighter. Through it, shapes moved in welcoming, the echo place revealing itself to living eyes. It's time, Eleanor whispered, but first, she removed the sterling bracelet from her wrist with trembling fingers, placing it back on Lily's. Lead them well, Lil Bridge. Show the world what connection truly means. The network began singing, not humming now, but actual song in languages that predated words. Eleanor's breathing synchronized with their rhythm, growing lighter with each note. Tell Richard, she said finally, I forgive him. The horror he created became something beautiful. Tell him the children are humanity's hope, not its commodity. We'll tell him, Rachel promised. Though Richard in his maximum security cell might not care, Eleanor smiled, looking past them all to the doorway only she and the network could fully see. Elizabeth, my darling girl, I'm coming. The frost on. The windows formed patterns, mathematical equations that describe love across dimensions. The enhanced children's song reached crescendo, and Eleanor Sterling, grandmother of monsters and miracles, stepped through a quantum doorway into waiting arms. The bridge held for exactly 3 seconds after she crossed, long enough for everyone present to glimpse the echo place, vast, bright, populated by every enhanced consciousness that ever lived. Then reality reasserted itself, leaving only tearful children and amazed adults. She made it, Lily announced unnecessarily. She's with Elizabeth now. And all the others, there, happy. Rachel pulled her daughter close, feeling the network's grief and joy ripple through quantum space. Somewhere, 1,000 hidden enhanced children felt Eleanor's passing and wondered what it meant. What now? Marcus asked. Lily looked at her parents, then at the 42 minds she shared consciousness with. Now we find the others, all of them, and teach the world that death is just a doorway. Difference is evolution and love. She touched the bracelet, feeling Eleanor's quantum echo join the constellation of stones. Love builds bridges across impossible distances. The work of redemption was only beginning. 6 months after Eleanor's crossing, the Sterling estate had transformed into the world's first enhanced integration center. The gardens bloomed with unusual vitality. Plants responded to the children's quantum field, growing in impossible patterns that traced neural networks across the lawns. Rachel stood with Lily overlooking their rival area where 3 buses approached. 6 to 7 newly discovered enhanced children from across North America, coming home to their network. Are you ready? Rachel asked, noting her daughter's unusual stillness. They're so scared. Lily whispered, we can feel them. Some have been hiding their abilities for decades. Generation ones who survived, thinking they were insane. Teenagers who hear the network but can't connect. Children in foster care who know they're different but not why. Marcus joined them, tablet in hand. The medical teams are ready. Anna has protocols for every generation. The integration chambers are prepped. No chambers, Lily said firmly. Not for the first meeting. They've been isolated enough. She touched her bracelet, now permanently warm from constant quantum activity. We meet them in the garden, under open sky. Let them feel freedom first. The buses arrived. Through the windows, Rachel saw faces ranging from 6 to 60, all carrying the same look, hope mixed with terror. The enhanced signature was visible to those who knew. Slightly dilated pupils, micro-expressions that processed too fast. The way they unconsciously leaned toward each other seeking connection. Timothy's group takes the generation ones, Lily, directed, suddenly all business, their most fragile. May handles the teenagers. She speaks their frequency. I'll take the young ones with Sarah and Jacob. She named the newly integrated children who'd shown particular gift for calming others. What about us? Rachel asked. Support. Some will panic when they first feel full connection. It can be overwhelming. Lily's face showed memory of her own first complete integration, like going from whispers to symphony. The bus doors opened. They emerged slowly, a woman in her 50s clutching a medical alert bracelet, teenagers with noise-canceling headphones, children holding worn stuffed animals, all damaged by isolation, all recognizing something in the estate's quantum-charged air. Welcome. Lily projected, not speaking aloud, but directly into their consciousness. Several gasped. One teen fell to his knees. The older woman began crying. You're real, she whispered. The voices, the dreams. I'm not insane. Never insane. The network responded through multiple children, creating a choir of comfort. Just disconnected. We're here to bridge you home. What followed was orchestrated chaos. Generation 1s gravitated toward Timothy's group, who surrounded them with gentle quantum buffers. Easing decades of static into clarity, teenagers found themselves pulled into May's circle where music replaced words. Frequency teaching what language couldn't. But it was the children that broke Rachel's heart. 12 of them, ages 6 to 10, each showing signs of prolonged isolation. One boy, maybe 7, stood apart, rocking slightly. That's Colin, and explained, consulting files. Parents thought he was autistic. He's been hearing the network since birth, but couldn't process it. The overload made him withdraw. Lily approached Colin slowly, broadcasting calm. She sat cross-legged in front of him, not touching, just present. Then she began humming, the network's base frequency, pure and simple. Colin's rocking slowed. His eyes, hidden behind protective barriers for years, focus on her, on the bracelet. Pretty, he whispered, first word his caregivers had heard in months. Want to see something prettier? Lily held out her hand, palm up, not demanding, just offering. Colin stared at her hand for long moments, then, with infinite courage, placed his fingers against hers. The change was instant. His body straightened as 7 years of scrambled signals suddenly aligned. The network rushed through him, not overwhelming now, but welcoming. 43 became 4-4, then more as each new child integrated. Oh, Colin breathed. Wonder replacing withdrawal. Hello, everyone. Similar scenes played across the garden. The teenager who collapsed now stood at the center of a healing circle, teaching others his unique method of filtering frequencies. The older woman sat with Generation 1s, comparing decades of hidden experiences, finding commonality in isolation. It's working, Marcus marveled. They're integrating faster than our models predicted. Because we're stronger together, Lily said, still holding Colin's hand as he explored his new mental landscape. Each addition makes the next easier. By the time we find all 1,000 hidden enhanced, integration will take minutes, not hours. 1,000 bridges home, Rachel murmured, watching broken children become whole. Eleanor would be so proud. She is, Lily smiled. She says so every night. The Echo Place celebrates each reconnection. They're building something there too, preparing. For what? For when the network is complete. When all enhanced minds link across the living, dead boundary, Lily's eyes held futures Rachel couldn't imagine. When humanity learns its next evolutionary step isn't in individuals, but in connection itself. A garden of traumatized children becoming family. A grandmother's dying wish manifesting in quantum bridges. A network growing stronger with each rescued soul. The Sterling legacy. Redeemed one consciousness at a time. 1 year later, the Sterling estate gardens bloomed with cherry trees. One for each of the 317 enhanced children now connected. Rachel stood among the blossoms. Her latest painting complete. A neural map of the network rendered in living color. Quantum connections visible as streams of light. The documentary crew's ready. Marcus said, adjusting his tie. Netflix, BBC. Everyone wants to capture this. Let them, Rachel replied. The world needs to see what we become. Today marked the official opening of the Sterling Institute for Enhanced Integration. No longer hidden, no longer ashamed. The enhanced children had voted. Visibility was safety. Connection was strength. Lily appeared in her purple dress, Eleanor's favorite color. Now the Institute's signature. At 7, she moved with the gravity Of someone carrying 316 additional perspectives, Colin wants to speak first. She announced. He says he remembers being voiceless longest, so his voice should open our doors. Colin, now 8 and radiant with connection, had become the network's poet. His years of silence transformed into profound eloquence. When filtered through collective consciousness, "Are you nervous?" Marcus asked Lily. "We don't get nervous anymore." She replied, "Too many minds to reassure each other, but we are anticipatory. Today changes everything." The ceremony began in the garden's heart, where Eleanor's ashes fed a magnificent cherry tree. Hundreds gathered, enhanced children, there. Biological and adoptive families, scientists, skeptics, and supporters. The press maintained respectful distance, warned by the FBI about disrupting quantum fields. Colin took the podium, his small voice carrying impossible resonance. "I was silent for 7 years, not because I had nothing to say, but because I heard. Too much, every enhanced mind screaming in isolation, begging for connection. Today, no enhanced child screams alone. Today, we are symphony." He stepped back as the network began their demonstration. 317 children, from 6 to 60, linked hands. The air itself shifted, reality bending as their combined consciousness manifested visibly. Equations wrote themselves in cherry blossom petals, mathematical poetry describing human connection at quantum scale. "We are evolution," they spoke in perfect unison. Not replacement, but enhancement. Not superior, but connected. We offer humanity a glimpse of its cooperative future. The demonstration intensified. Generation 1, 2, and 3, once broken, now integrated, showed their healing. Murray painted in midair. Her traumatic seizures transformed into artistic gift. David composed music that existed in frequencies normal humans felt, but couldn't. Here then came the revelation that would reshape everything. "We found them all," Lily announced, speaking individually now. Every enhanced child Richard Sterling created, 1,207 souls, all connecting as we speak. Around the world, Hidden Enhanced felt the network's call. In Beijing, a businessman discovered his migraines were misfiring quantum connections. In London, a teacher realized her intuition was actually low-level telepathy. In Sao Paulo, a street child's imaginary friends revealed themselves as echo-placed consciousnesses. But more importantly, Lily continued, "We've discovered something else. The enhancement isn't limited to us. Every human has dormant quantum consciousness. We're just activated, and activation can be learned." Gasps rippled through the crowd. The implications staggered. Humanity's next evolutionary leap not through genetic manipulation, but conscious choice. Dr. Peterson took the stage, presenting data. 6 months of study confirm it. Prolonged exposure to enhanced quantum fields activates dormant neural pathways in baseline humans. Parents of enhanced children show strongest development. "We're literally becoming more connected as a species. Is it dangerous?" A reporter called out. "Is love dangerous?" Lily responded. "Because that's what we're teaching. Connection, empathy, the inability to harm others because you feel their pain." She touched her bracelet. Its 1,000+ stones, now microscopic, but present. "We're making loneliness extinct." Marcus stepped forward. "The Sterling Institute opens tomorrow. Free to any who seek connection, enhanced or baseline, young or old. We'll teach quantum meditation, consciousness bridging, echo-placed communication. What was hidden becomes gift to all." "And if people refuse?" Another reporter asked. "If they want to remain unconnected, then they remain as they are," Rachel answered. "This isn't forced evolution. It's offered transformation. Choice remains sacred." The ceremony concluded with the network singing, their quantum frequency made audible through collective voice. Cherry blossoms fell like snow, each petal carrying mathematical equations for love. "Great-grandmother says the Echo Place is celebrating," Lily whispered to her parents. "Every enhanced soul that ever lived is watching. We redeemed the horror, made it miracle." As crowds dispersed, the network remained in the garden. 317 minds contemplating a future where enhanced meant everyone, different, meant connected, and death meant transition to Echo Place wisdom. "Was this what you imagined?" Marcus asked Rachel. "When you first saw her photo, I imagined finding my daughter." Rachel replied, watching Lily teach a baseline child quantum breathing. "I never imagined she'd find humanity's future." The cherry blossoms continued falling, each one a promise. Connection was possible, isolation was choice, and love, quantum entangled. Generation-spanning love would build bridges across every gap humans created. Different had become wonderful, broken had become whole, and the sterling legacy, transformed from trafficking to transcendence, would teach humanity its next evolutionary truth. We are already one. We just need it enhanced. Children, to remind us